Did you know what happened on November 11, 1918 at 11 o'clock? In 1918, on the 11th hour of the 11th day in the 11th month, the world rejoiced and celebrated. After 4 years of a long and bitter war, an armistice, an agreement to stop fighting, was signed to end World War I. World War I, the war to end all wars, was finally over. In 1921, an American soldier, his name known but to God, was buried on a Virginia hillside overlooking the Potomac River in the city of Washington, D.C. The burial site of the unknown World War I soldier in Arlington National Cemetery symbolized dignity and respect for America's veterans. Similar ceremonies occurred earlier in England and France, where an unknown soldier of World War I was buried in each nation's highest place of honor. These memorial gestures all took place on November 11th, giving world recognition to the ending of World War I at 11 a.m. November 11, 1918, the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, the day became known as Armistice Day. In 1938, Armistice Day became a national holiday in the United States. If World War I had indeed been the war to end all wars, November 11th might still be called Armistice Day. But in 1939, World War II broke out in Europe and shattered that dream. Of the 16 million Americans who served in the armed forces during World War II, more than 400,000 died. After World War II, President Dwight Eisenhower officially changed the name of the holiday from Armistice Day to Veterans Day in 1954. To this day, Americans continue to honor men and women who have sacrificed for our country's freedom every year.
In Flanders Fields by John McCrae. In Flanders Fields the poppies grow, between the crosses row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky their larks still bravely singing fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead, sure days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we live in Flanders Fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If ye breaks faith with us who die, we shall not sleep through poppies grow in Flanders Fields.
For the Union Dead by Robert Lowell. The movie Glory told the true story of Robert Shaw and his first African-American regiment to fight in the Civil War. The regiment lost half its soldiers in the first battle in South Carolina. Robert Lowell wrote this poem about the beautiful sculpture by Saint Gaudens in Boston, memorializing the regiment and Shaw. Shaking over the excavation as it faces Colonel Shaw and his bell-cheeked Negro infantry on Saint Gaudens' shaking Civil War relief, propped by the plank splint against the garage's earthquake. 2 months after marching through Boston, half the regiment was dead at the dedication. William James could almost hear the bronze Negroes breathe. Their monument sticks like a fishbone in the city's throat. Its colonel is as lean as a compass needle. He has an angry wren-like vigilance, a greyhound's gently tautness. He seems to wince at pleasure and suffocate for privacy. He is out of bounds now. He rejoices in man's lovely, peculiar power to choose life and die. When he leads his black soldiers to death, he cannot bend his back. On 1,000 small-town New England greens, the old white churches hold their air of sparse, sincere rebellion. Frayed flags quilt the graveyards of the Grand Army of the Republic. The stone statues of the abstract Union soldiers grow slimmer and younger each year. Wasp-waisted, they doze over muskets and muse through their sideburns. Shah's father wanted no monument except the ditch.
Facing It by Yusef Komenyaka. My black face fades, hiding inside the black granite. I said I wouldn't, damn it. No tears. I'm stone. I'm flesh. My clouded reflection eyes me like a bird of prey, the profile of night slanted against morning. I turn this way. The stone lets me go. I turn that way. I'm inside the Vietnam Veterans Memorial again, depending on the light to make a difference. I go down the 58,022 names, half expecting to find my own in letters like smoke. I touch the name Andrew Johnson. I see the booby trap's white flash. Names shimmer on a woman's blouse, but when she walks away, the names stay on the wall. Brushstrokes flash, a red bird's wings cutting across my stare. The sky, a plane in the sky. A white vet's image floats closer to me, then his pale eyes look through mine. I'm a window. He's lost his right arm inside the stone. In the black mirror, a woman's trying to erase names. No, she's brushing a boy's hair.
Requiem for the Last American Soldier to Die in Iraq by Brian Turner, a poet and returned American soldier in Iraq. From the New York Times, November 1st, 2007. At some point in the future, soldiers will pack up their rucks, equipment will be loaded onto huge shipping containers, C-130s will rise reels up off the tarmac, and Navy transport ships will cross the high seas to return home once again. At some point, the timing of which I have the slightest guess at, the war in Iraq will end, and I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I've been thinking about the last American soldier to die in Iraq.
Who can say who the last soldier is now? At this very moment, Kettleman City, Turlock, Wichita, Fredericksburg, Omaha, Duluth, she may be in the truck idling beside us in traffic as we wait for the light to turn green. He may be ordering a slice of key lime pie at Denny's, sitting at a booth with his friends after bowling all night. What name waits to be etched on a stone not yet erected in America? Somewhere out in the vast stretches of our country, somewhere out in Whitman's America, out among the wide expanses of grasses, somewhere here among us the last soldier may lie dreaming in bed before the dawn has the sun sets over Iraq.
What will the name be? Anthony, Lynette, Fernando, Paula, Joshua, Letitia, Roger? Who will carve it in stone, and who will leave flowers there as the years pass by? Who will remember the soldier, and what will those memories be? Does he have brothers and sisters? Will his father sink into the grass in the backyard when he's told the news? Will his mother stare into the street with eyes gone hollow and vacant? The cars passing by each day with their polished enamel reflecting in the sunlight. What will the officer say when he knocks on that door?
The next time I'm waiting for a ticket flight in Dallas or in Denver or in Chicago, I'm going to make a point to watch for soldiers in uniform. If one of them is eating alone and watching football and they want on the television, I'll anonymously pick up the check for them like someone did for me once when I was in my desert fatigues and preparing to deploy overseas.
Maybe, just maybe, as I stand here in the quiet moonlight of Vermont, the American who will one day be the very last American soldier to die in Iraq. Maybe that soldier is doing a night jump in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Each parachute opens its canopy over the darkness below. In the wind and exhilaration, a cold rush of adrenaline, the jump and exercise and being fully alive and in the moment, a way of learning how it feels to fall within the rain, the way rain itself falls to be a part of it all, the earth's gravity pulling with its inexorable and